Hello world, my name is Andy Silvers, and today I'm going to unbox my proof and reveal the cover of Solomon Grando versus the Jupiter Witch. Alright, so for those of you who follow me, you know that I'm an author and filmmaker, and I have released a couple of books in the past. My first book was about camera sensors, didn't sell so great. My second book was a fairly popular children's book called Red Sprites and Blue Jets, which you can get on Amazon right now. And my third book, that I did not even expect to write, I wrote it in 10 days, was another children's book called The Very Colorful Caterpillar, which is also available on Amazon right now. However, the book that a lot of you I'm sure are waiting for, because it's a book for teens and adults, is my contemporary fantasy book, Solomon Grando versus the Jupiter Witch. It is a modern contemporary fantasy book, chapter book. It is really good. I'm really excited to share it with you. It's been almost a year in the making. I started the initial sort of idea process back in December of 2020. So I'm really excited to share it with you today. The proof is finally in, and I'm going to show it to you. This is the package that it came in. I'm going to go ahead and pop it open. I know you can't really see me actually unboxing it, but to be honest with you, the process is not as exciting as you might think. I think if it was a phone that had a bunch of accessories and stuff, and it was a cooler process, maybe then. But anyway, so this is the official cover reveal for Solomon Grando versus the Jupiter Witch. So here it is. I'm going to put it out in front of me. Hope you can see. Hope it's in focus. If not, I'll have to edit in something later. Alright, you can see how the book looks. There we go. So this is technically a proof copy. So there may be slight revisions between this and the final version. However, as a general rule, this does illustrate what the book is going to look like. And it is incredibly exciting to see. It's incredibly exciting because I've been working on this for so long. It's been a lot of hard work researching, figuring out how to make the plot make sense and make the world cohesive and the characters, and I'm going to break all that down eventually. One day I'll break down the characters and really discuss the world, but of course I don't want to give away spoilers, especially not before the book is even released. Again, I still don't really have a definitive deadline or date on when the book will be available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, etc. However, I can tell you it's very likely it'll be early November. So early November is probably when it'll be available. And at this point, the plan is to have an ebook, hardcover, and paperback. The paperback, I can tell you, will be, just checking, it'll be $13.98. The ebook, the pricing is still a little up in the air. I'm not exactly sure what the final price will be, but either $4 or $5. One of the two. And then the hardback, I'm honestly not sure at all yet. I want to say $18.98, but to be honest, I don't actually even know that for certain. So that will be something you'll have to check up on this channel and or my Facebook page, Andy Silver's Books. If you're not following that Facebook page, please do. That is where all of the updates generally are posted first, because it's easier to post something there than it is to make a YouTube video about it. Either way, it's incredibly exciting to have the book here, the proof in my hand. I have not held any copies of Solomon Grando before today, and I'm really excited to be able to share this with you. I'm really excited that it's here, and I hope that you are just as excited as me to read it, because I think it is a really good book. It's not just fun. See, this is the thing I wanted to say, is just that there are a lot of people out there who have, well, I wouldn't say a lot, but there's a good community of people who've written books. But one of the things I've noticed is that a lot of writers, they're really creative. And to be honest, in order to sit down, write a chapter book, and get it published or even self-published, you have to be at least somewhat creative and determined, and that's good. But one thing I feel like a lot of writers who are self-published in particular lack is they lack structure. So writing a book that is fun and entertaining, and they had this idea and they had that idea, it doesn't really amount to a lot if there isn't any structure, if they don't understand plot, setup and payoff, good character arcs, character development. They don't understand world building. And again, different books need different things. Some books need a really good romance because you need to understand romance and good chemistry. This book doesn't have a lot of romance in it, really. The future books may have it. Again, Solomon Grando, the sequel is called The Titan Contract. That is in the sort of outline phase right now, so I don't expect that to be released anytime soon, but I am working on it, so that'll be out eventually. But nevertheless, I think it's important for writers to really apply structure to their work, and I think that I have done so. I have spent a year and a half specifically studying storytelling and character development, all the ins and outs. I won't claim to be an expert because no one's an expert when they're 23, but I do claim to have a lot of knowledge about this, and I've applied all of that to this book. So I think that you're really going to enjoy it. I know I enjoy reading it. It's got comedy, action, heart, not a lot of romance, but it does have a lot of other elements to it. I will warn you, if you haven't already heard, there are, I would say, advisories. But don't worry, it's basically equivalent to a Marvel movie, like a PG-13 film, in terms of content. There's a little bit of language and violence and some sexual innuendos. Other than that, it's basically, it's perfectly appropriate. So it's a really exciting book. I'm really happy to share it with you. I'm really excited to just see it in person, and I hope that you are excited as well. So please like the video, subscribe, and of course check out my website, andysilvers.com. And if you want to learn more about me and about my books, you'll want to check out Andy Silvers Books, which is a Facebook group on Facebook. And of course, if you're also interested in my filmmaking, I have a sort of important announcement about that. I don't want to use this video to do that, but my film Snapshot, which is my short film, won an award, and I've already mentioned this, but it looks like, I don't know if it won another award or if it's just that, I'm not entirely sure. It's a little confusing, but I think what happened was it won another award, but in a brand new category that didn't even exist back when I won the first award. It's hard to explain, but I will probably do a video about that. But what I'm saying is, if you want to learn more about Snapshot, visit Facebook, go to Snapshot Film 2020-21, and you can learn more. Alright, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.